Welcome back to the Dividend Diplomats YouTube channel, everyone. You got Lanny and Bert, the Dividend Diplomats. We're not together, clearly, but we are pumped to talk to you about 5 big dividend increases that happened last week.
Smash that subscribe button. Give Bert and I a thumbs up. Even though we're remote, we're bringing you the dividend news because 5 dividend stocks increased their dividend this past week of March 8th, and we cannot wait to talk to you about it. We are remote. It's no COVID. We're just doing, there's a big event that's happening right now. So we're doing a remote video and we can't wait to dig into these 5 dividend stocks, Bert.
Yep, that's exactly right, Lanny. And why do we care so much about dividend increases? We are dividend growth investors through and through. We buy our dividend income by investing in these dividend growth stocks. Key word there, growth. We want to see our income grow. It's easy, it's simple, and it happens without us having to lift a finger. Nice job checking your hair there, Lanny. It looks just fine for this video. We're good to go.
Yeah, and as Bert said, dividend increases is what this is all about, and this is what this video is all about. You invest into dividend growth stocks because you want that dividend income stream to grow passively and obviously better than the inflation rate. You want the dividend increases to outpace the cost of good increases. And I'm gonna have to say this, Bert, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. We have 5 cases that may, showcase those results.
Yeah, I think all 5 of them are above inflation. One of them is a massive dividend increase. We have 2 of them that are double-digit dividend increases. So it's going to be a very exciting list for everybody here. And I'm sure maybe some of you have heard the news, some of you haven't. So please just get excited, get ready, buckle up, and let's hear and see how many of these companies you have that, and so we'll see your income increase this week.
Now, Bert, some of these dividend stocks we're going to talk about are Dividend Kings, which is 50 plus years of consecutive dividend increases. Some may even be only Dividend Aristocrats, which is 25 years.
Only.
No, but again, and Bert, who does this go out to? Does this go out to the millions
and millions
of dividend investors out there, Bert? So who is this first dividend stock of 5 that increased their dividend this past week?
I get hyped up because it's a nice consumer staple company, and I love consumer staples. And guess what, everybody? This is our Dividend King on the list. This company has just increased its dividend for almost the 60th consecutive year. This company, Colgate-Palmolive, ticker symbol CL. It wasn't the largest dividend increase, so it's not the big ones that we were hyping up earlier in the video. They increased their quarterly dividend from 44 cents per share to 45 cents, or a 2.3% increase. So not bad, beats inflation, beats your online savings account. And overall, currently the company's yielding just around 2.4%. So perfect, nice increase there.
Bert, I mean, this company has increased their dividend for 58 straight years, going on that 60 mark pretty much.
Yeah.
Now, that with that dividend growth that they just did, how does that compare to that 5-year average dividend growth?
Yeah, that's a fantastic question, Lanny. Their 5-year average growth rate's around 3% right there. So this is actually lower than that 5-year average right there. So hey, low blow is not too far out of line though. So I'm not like running for the hills here saying that they're slowing dividend growth significantly. They're clearly not the highest of the dividend growth stocks, but hey, they've been doing it for a long time, and that matters, especially leaving the pandemic, the financial crisis, all the tech bubble from a couple of decades ago.
Hey, is AT&T taking note or what?
I hope so.
What do they currently yield after this increase?
Oh, is it 2.4%?
Oh, nice. So definitely above the S&P 500, right?
Yep, that is correct. So hey, Colgate, if you own them, congrats. Nice little 2.3% dividend increase right there. You can take that to the bank. And Lanny, I think it's time for you to take company number 2 here.
Yeah, this company, Bert, I know so many people hold near and dear to their heart. I mean, it's a very big joke because most of these people probably never even heard of them, but your business may have.
Oh, for sure your business had, because they are a huge player in the commercial and industrial warehouses and HVAC sectors.
That sector, even the security sector, because they actually own a company called Tyco, which many don't know about. I knew about this more from work because we may have used Tyco as one of our security vendors literally physical security. So we are talking about Johnson Controls International, ticker symbol JCI. Now this stock, again, big company, and they also kind of fell in line with what Colgate did. They offered a whopping 1 cent increase, 26 cents to 27 cents. Now it looks small and only a 1 cent like Colgate. However, this at least equates out to a 3.8% dividend growth, which is at least 2 times the normal pace of inflation, Bert.
Yep. So, hey, it's a nice little increase right there. And what's notable here for Johnson Controls, it's been actually quite a few years since they increased their dividend. The last time they increased it was at the end of 27 heading into 2018. So while they've held back a few years from increasing, it's nice to see them returning back to the dividend increase game right there.
Jumping in the water. It's like, hey, retail last week was juicing up the dividend, and Johnson Controls like, let me in on it.
Yeah, so think about that. They haven't increased their dividend. They didn't increase it through the pandemic. They weren't doing it beforehand. So, but now here they are, like, we're good. Let's do it. Let's start bringing the dividend back.
Hey, make a little room for me. Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, that's exactly what they're saying. I bet that was written in the press release to announce the dividend increase too.
Yeah, verbatim.
Yeah.
What's interesting is Johnson Controls actually touts themselves as they first paid a dividend back in the late 1800s. Did you see that, Bert?
I did not.
Yeah, so this company has had some history with paying dividends. So, hey, if you own them, that's great. You just got a nice little bump. But with that bump, it looks like they yield only around 1.7% right now.
Yep. So just in line with the market. Nothing too fancy here. And the other key thing that came out of their press release, they had some nice little cherry on top by announcing a $4 billion share buyback plan. So, hey.
What is the big perk to the buyback, Bert, for all the listeners?
It reduces your share count. So if you think about it, earnings per share in the denominator, shares. So lower shares, lower denominator, higher earnings per share if earnings stay the same, of course. That also comes into play then with your dividend payout ratio, because a higher earnings per share, which is in the denominator of your dividend payout ratio, means a lower dividend payout ratio. So that's how it trickles through to dividend investors.
This is why dividend investors love the share buyback plans.
Yeah. So dividend stock number 3 was the largest of the dividend increases. We're going to head out west here, and we're not talking about Warren Buffett here. We're talking about Oracle, ticker symbol ORCL. And Lanny, tell us, man, what was this dividend increase that they announced?
Well, it's interesting. So Oracle, we actually picked up shares from my wife's account pre-pandemic and during the pandemic. So we're actually lucky shareholders of Oracle.
There we go.
You knew that, right?
Yeah, I did. We bought a lot of stock since then, so I kind of forgot, but I lost track of them. But
a lot of stock, because guys, we earn income, buy dividends, add more income. Let's go. But with Oracle, they're not an every year increase. I actually look at them more as every 2 to 3 years, they'll increase their dividend. They did one back in 2000, I believe, 17. Then they waited a little bit, came in 19 with the dividend increase, didn't do it during 2020, but did it in 2021. So they're almost on like a nice every 2-year cycle. But when they do it, it's usually big. So Oracle, I know everybody's like, get to the chase, Lanny. Oracle went from 24 cents per share to 32 cents per share from a dividend standpoint, Bert. And what's the calc right there?
That, my friends, is an increase. You tally it up, you run the numbers, that is a 33.3% increase right there. So, man, talk about that, Lanny, for you and your wife as shareholders. Tip the cap right there. That's a nice job.
The Oracle just said, if you smell what the Oracle is.
I guess you are pretty excited about that increase, aren't you? Yeah, well, they're right a little bit above Johnson Controls with a nice 1.9% dividend yield there. So, hey, a little bit above the market. That seems to be the theme in the range that we're playing in this week. So,
you know what I say? You know what Oracle's saying? Hey, Microsoft, Apple, step up your dividend growth rates up because we just did a 30% banger. Where are you at?
Yeah, I bet you they said that. It probably came out of their mouth. So, hey, congrats though, everyone. Dividend stock number 4. We're still staying in the tech sector here. The company is Qualcomm, ticker symbol QCOM. Their increase was not like Oracle's. I can already promise you that. So if you're looking for something major, you're going to be a little disappointed here. They increased that quarterly dividend from 65 cents per share to 68 cents per share, or a 4.6% increase. So, hey, it's actually the second largest one we've announced so far. Beat out Colgate, beat out Johnson Controls. So nice little increase.
What's nice, Bert, is Qualcomm, they're going on double-digit increases. I think they're on 10 to 11 years of straight increases.
On the road to becoming an aristocrat.
That long road.
Yeah,
road
your hair still looks great, Lanny.
I don't know. It's kind of weird.
I see you checking it.
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah.
The viewers, they're gonna comment on my hair,
Yeah.
I say, hey, you take it easy,
Yeah, they have a 10-year dividend increase. They're working their way towards becoming an aristocrat. Their average 5-year average dividend growth rate is 6.3%. So hey, a little bit below the average here, and didn't stick up to their recent history. Not too far off, but a little bit below. So worth noting.
It's not bad. Bert, do you own Qualcomm at all?
I do not.
Okay.
I do not. I have not owned any of the 4 companies on this list so far. So it's going to be another one of those weeks.
The dividend shareholders, though, love lately Qualcomm. I know that they were all inching into Qualcomm a lot over 2019, 2020, I think, Bert.
They had some bad news on the chips, if I recall. I don't remember what exactly it was, but they were getting hammered. Some competition came in.
The chips were getting stale. They were on the shelf a little.
Yeah, they left the bag open. They didn't shut it. On that note, we should probably roll into dividend stock number 5 on here. Want to take it away, Lanny?
This is the last one, right?
Yeah, we only have 5 this week.
So the last dividend stock, and I don't know if this is safe for kids to hear, but it's from another retailer. We already had the video on the big companies in retail, such as Kohl's, American Eagle, Ross Stores, the Gap. They came back with the dividend and dividend, increases. And this retailer actually has been paying their dividend, right, Bert, for a while during the pandemic.
They have.
And in fact, this is not just a resumption of a dividend or anything around that. This is actually a dividend increase. Not only did they not stop paying a dividend, but they actually have announced an increase this past week. And Bert, who is this company?
The company is Richard Sporting Goods. No, I'm kidding. It's Dick's Sporting Goods. Ticker symbol. Is it DKS? Is that what it is? I can never remember. Yeah, DKS. I got it right there. Yeah, their increase was awesome. Their quarterly dividend was 31 and a quarter cents. Now it's 36 and a quarter cents. Man, I hate these ones that have these massive fractions on their quarterly dividend. So that is a 16% increase, everybody. That is a huge 16% banger right there. Yield, though, their dividend yield is still in the line where everybody else is in this video. Their dividend yield is 1.97% right now at the time of the filming. So eking out the market.
Dick's 5-year dividend growth rate is north of 17%. So this dividend increase is really tight with that average 5-year average increase from Dick's.
Yeah.
Cool part is that payout ratio seems abnormally low, Bert.
Yeah. What are you calculating here?
I'm calculating in that 30% range.
Oh yeah, that's plenty of room to grow because we love that dividend payout ratio below 60%, and that's even below our perfect payout range of 40 to 60%. So hey, nice job.
Good with the pandemic, a lot of the indoor exercise equipment, everybody working out at home, trying to stay healthy, trying to stay in shape. Obviously, and with the resumption of sports and activities, they're doing well. I mean, I know I've been in and out of a Dick's store during the summer trying to find stuff, but
yeah,
it was very hard to find.
That has been the surprise aspect of retail during the pandemic. To your point, is working out has not stopped just because people couldn't go to gyms. So that's where a store like Dick's would definitely benefit from that trend.
What's their current yield again, Bert? You said they're just under 2%.
1.97.
Yeah, a lot of low yielders on our list this week.
Yeah, they're all in that same range. They're really from 1.7 to 2.4. So should we?
Yeah, you want to summarize, Bert, the 5 stocks?
Colgate-Palmolive with a 2.9% increase, Johnson Control with a 3.8% increase, Oracle, the winner of the week, with a 33.3% increase, Qualcomm 4.6%, and then Dick's Sporting Goods 16%. And here's the question, Lanny. I know you mentioned that you own Oracle, you and your wife do. Do you own any other companies on this list? How many increases you received last week?
So, only got the, the Oracle increase. The cool thing, my takeaway is this, if you're looking at these 5 stocks as a potential stock to buy, honestly, looking at Dick's and Oracle probably isn't a bad bet because of, the safety in the dividend payout ratio. The combination of the yield and the growth rate is very strong. I mean, an above average, above stock market yield, you're crushing your 0.5% in Ally, Capital One, Goldman Sachs, Marcus platform. You're beating that savings rate with almost a 2% yield on all of these, on both of those companies. Plus your income is growing at a double-digit clip.
Perfect. Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad thing to keep an eye on here in the watch list coming up. Not ones I was considering, but hey, that's why we do these research. We find these dividend increases to help us find other dividend stocks to consider that may not have been on our radar. It's perfect.
I'll say this, look at the price to earnings ratio as one of our, 3 dividend stock screening metrics. Dick's Sporting Goods PE ratio is looking very good from a forward price to earnings standpoint. So you may want to consider that on your dividend stock watch list if you have an appetite for retail.
Awesome stuff, Lanny. So everyone, let us know in the comment section. I forgot to mention, I don't own any of these companies. So hey, I don't own any. Let us know in that comment section how many dividend increases you received this week. How many of the 5 do you own? If not, if we left one off here that you received, let us know too. We love to hear all about all dividend increases because we can't talk about every single one of them every week.
Hopefully these 5 dividend stock news announcements helps you in your consideration for a dividend stock to buy, a stock to buy now, building up your watch list, or just pure news as an investor that you want to know what's going on. Again, that's what we're trying to do and bring to our channel. You got Bertha Hurt, and again, you got Lanny from the Dividend Diplomats.
Over and out.